around, but they ain't heard of ya. All I know is I do this shit, so don't worry about what I'm earning, bruh. Yeah, that real shit, them hoes know they turn it up. Fuck on with this verse, I was great. Follow y'all till they learn to fuck. I'm hot, boy.
Who the fuck you think you is?
We shoot?
Yeah, go ahead.
You shoot?
Yeah, we good, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
We good. You lying ass motherfucker. You told me you didn't bring that. You know I gotta shoot that. Hold on, you know I gotta shoot that.
Hey man, say man, another review, another day, man. You already know it's your boy 314 Gunner back at you with another review. Okay, so today we have, as you see, the SIG P320X compact. Something new and tactical for y'all. Kind of torn on this one. I'm not really a SIG fan. I'm definitely not really a P320 fan. I've had it before. I've had the 220 before. I just didn't like the way it felt. I know, yeah, it's blasphemy talking about SIG and this and that. But, I don't know. I just didn't like the way it felt in my hands. I didn't like the way it shot. It felt kind of toyish, if you know what that means. But, this is the Compact X 320. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of resistant towards getting this gun. I debated on whether I was going to get this gun. And I ended up getting it. And the first time I saw it in person, I thought, man, that's a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. That's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. And that's because it's a little bit over, 3.5 or something like that inches on the barrel. So it's actually shorter than a Glock 19. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be the same size, to be honest, and that kind of caught me off guard. But when you put it in your hand, that's when I really started to change my mind on it. As soon as I put it in my hand, this notch right here, the undercut, the grip on it, everything on it, it really feels really, really, really good in your hand. And I can't even deny it. It kind of melted and molded to my hand, and I kind of fell in love with it. Now, ask me the question of what I shoot better with, and it's going to be my Glock 19. I'm good with this. I can hit with this. You know, it ain't no problem or nothing like that. But I'm surgical with that 19. I'm putting holes through holes. You know what I mean? So that just is what it is. I can hit with this one. I'm still on point with this one. But it's a different type of feeling. Maybe it's because I just ain't got used to it yet, or I haven't really fired that many rounds through it. I got a couple hundred through it so far. And it's working flawlessly, of course. It is a SIG, even with the 220, it worked flawlessly. Didn't have no problems. The 320s, when they first came out, of course, most of y'all know they had some problems when you drop them or whatever, they said they go off. Apparently they fixed that in the X's and the series before this. Now, the main differences on this one is going to be the trigger. Of course, as you see, it's got the flat face trigger. Top, rear, and back serrations. The grip's gonna be different on it. The X series just got a few different things that makes it interesting or whatever, or makes it kind of different from the other SIGs. It also has the, as you see up here, the slot for the RMR. All you gotta do is pop that right off and put your RMR on there. I think the Romeo is the only one that goes on here right now. They might have another one for it, but I think that's the only one that go on here right now. Other than that, I mean, it's a SIG, you know what I mean? It's gonna work every time. It's gonna be super reliable. It's for law enforcement and you know, military uses or, you know, purposes or whatever. But this is actually the best SIG that I've ever felt, and I've held so many SIGs, it's ridiculous, and I've never been a huge fan of them. I mean, down to, usually they're gonna be too heavy for me. You know, even with the big reliable SIGs, the Legions, they just too fucking heavy. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like them. Yeah, it's just gonna be a little bit too heavy for me. You know, usually with the big ones, like I said, that if I'm gonna carry something heavy like that, then I'm gonna want it to be something custom or something, you know, just kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna be stupid big, I want it to be stupid big. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, SIG, they're a good company. As far as the whole lawsuit thing over the P320s, they're still going through with it. A federal judge just actually said that they can proceed with the lawsuit against them, so they are going to be sued for that, which, you know, happens in the firearms game every now and then. You know, most companies like that will get sued for something every now and then. Smith & Wesson, you know, got sued for making the Glock copies. You know, it just happens. This is a safety precaution. They say they fixed it for the military versions, but they say that it's probably about 500,000 P320s that got it to the hands of the general public, and they aren't fixed. You know, they say you can upgrade, send them in, they'll give you the free upgrade, whatever, if you bought it between this time and that time. But I'm not really worried about it because they don't got a reputation for being bad, number one. And number two, this is the 320X series, so they say it's fixed by now. I didn't do no drop test on it or nothing like that, but I haven't heard any negative feedback as far as it being dropped or anything, it going off or it being unsafe, nothing like that. So I'm not really worried about it. In comparison to the size on it, I put it, of course it's gonna have like a Glock 26, Glock 27 type of length on the barrel, maybe a little bit longer, inch, 0.1 or 2 inch difference. But it's got the grip of a 19, so that's kind of good. I like that. I would compare it to the 45. I got a video coming up on the Glock 45 as well, so y'all see that one too, and I'll let y'all know which one I like better. But as far as this gun goes, I think it's a great gun. I actually really like it. It really exceeded my expectations. Like I said, I can shoot with it. It's not a problem or anything like that, me shooting with it. So I think it's a good gun. Is it worth the money? That's always my question. Is it worth the money? I guess if you're a SIG guy, yeah, it's only $100 more than maybe a 19 or it's gonna be around the same price as a 45 right now, because they're a little bit more expensive. But it's just gonna be on your preference. Yeah, it's worth it. It's a good gun. It's gonna work for you every time. But as far as with Glocks and stuff like that, you know, I got love for them just because of all the accessories that come easily with the Glocks. You know, you can find you a holster easy. You can find you extra mags easy, and they're not really expensive. You can find you lasers, lights, whatever you want to with a Glock, and it's not really going to be that expensive unless you want it to be, and then it can be. But that's the reason why I kind of say that. The night sights do come on this one. I actually do like them a lot. I'll show y'all those. As you see, come with the night sights. I do like them. They show well. They do show well. So, you know, I don't got no complaints about this gun. As much as I thought I was going to have complaints about it because of my previous dealings with the SIG series, it was a delight not having those problems. This actually feels like a real gun in your hands. It feels like, you know, what it should be. And plus, like I said, I like the slide. I like being able to pop the red dot on if I want to pop the red dot on and roll with it. That's pretty cool to me. The BB tail feels pretty good in the back. Give you a good grip along with the texture they got on there. Give you a real good grip. So like I said before, I do recommend this gun, especially if you're a SIG person or if you want something different. If everybody you know got Glocks, you want something kind of different with the flat face trigger looking, you know, real tactical. I would advise you to get this gun. I can't say nothing bad about it. Alright, so this is going to be about one of your better comparisons. This is a Glock 26. And this is the 320 Compact X. And they're about the same length as far as barrel goes. It's actually, if I put it actually correct, it's going to go like that. And it's about the same length as the Glock 26. But when it comes to the grip, if I take a 19, and put it to it, that's a Glock 19 right there. Let me line them up like that. That's actually, it looks off on camera, but that's right there. That 19 is much longer than the Compact X. So it's got the 26, 27, 33 Glock barrel length on it with the grip of the 19. Take the 19 grip. back to back. Yeah, they're about the same. So you get the longer grip with the shorter barrel, which I guess you can compensate for the recoil with the grip. So it makes sense. Makes sense in that aspect. 19 320X. Take the 26, put it back to back with the 320X. You see the difference there. 26, 320X. Okay, so that's, you know, how you can kind of gauge the size if you don't get to hold one or something like that. If you're thinking about buying one, you can take the 43 as well, and it's actually about the same size as the 26, and it's the same length. Definitely thinner with the 43, but you got a lot less shots, that's for sure. So I like the compactness of it. Along with the good grip, helps you get a good draw. All of that. Yeah, nice good grip when you're shooting. So I do like that. That's gonna do it for me on this one. You already know it's your boy 314 Gunner. You already know, hit that like, subscribe, all that. I appreciate it. You know, share this joint, and I'm out.
Yeah.